Find the exact value of all 6 trigonometric functions evaluated at 14 pi thirds. I want to use the two-step process that involves reference angles to evaluate my trig functions at 14 pi thirds. So my first job is to think about where 14 pi thirds is and compute the reference angle. Then I'll evaluate all of my trig functions using that reference angle and then throw in the right plus or minus based on what quadrant my terminal side ends in. So I'm thinking about 14 pi thirds. That's clearly larger than 1 full revolution. So I can think up what 2 pi is going to be with a denominator of 3. That's going to be 6 pi thirds. And if I take 6 pi thirds away from that once, I get 8 pi thirds. Do it again, I'll get 2 pi thirds. And there's my coterminal angle that is in that first rotation around. And I know that's this one here. So my angle theta is 2 full revolutions and then end up there at 2 pi thirds. And I see my reference angle, the positive acute angle made with the x-axis. So there's theta bar. All right, well that was an angle all the way over to 2 pi thirds. If I keep going, I would get all the way to 1 pi or 3 pi thirds. And so my reference angle there is going to be pi thirds. So I think about the special triangle I need that has that pi third angle in it. I always like to think about this as a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. I label my sides. And I will use that triangle to find the exact value of all 6 trig functions evaluated at 14 pi over 3. All right. You know what? Before I even use my right triangle, I'm going to go on and throw in the right pluses and minuses all the way down. I'm over here in quadrant number 2, where sine and cosecant are positive and the other 4 trig functions will be negative. And so at least I've already got all the signs correct. And now I can just use my right triangle, thinking about this pi thirds angle. So the sine of 1 pi third would be root 3 over 2. 14 pi over 2 is in the second quadrant, sine is still positive. And we'll just continue on like that. So 1/2, I already have that minus out front, so I get the sign right. Tangent, the opposite over the adjacent. And now I'm just going to imagine taking some reciprocals. And there are my 6 trigonometric functions evaluated at 14 pi thirds by using a reference angle.